knew Conley Springs used to be called Happy Home, North Carolina. Wonder why the name changed. Well, it had to do with those healing waters that got found down there in Conley Springs. Those healing waters would lead to a growth that town never saw coming. People coming in on horses and filling up 5-gallon jugs, and people coming in on the train, honey, just to get a sip of that healing water. Let's take a look at how those waters was found. Well, the time frame was the early 1860s, and there was a boy named William. Well, William, he ran the store down there in Happy Home, and he was also the postmaster. The post office was located inside of his store. He met a girl named Elmira, and he fell in love. And they got married in 1861. They built him a little house that they could raise a family in, real close to the general store, so he was close to work. Their life started, and with life comes chores. One day, old Elmira was down by the water washing her clothes. She noticed that them whites was getting awful yellow from the water. Couldn't figure out why it kept staining them that yellow color. It was water from a spring that was on their property. So in 1885, curiosity got the best of her and she had the water tested. The state chemist of Virginia, honey, she wasn't messing around. She was going to get her some answers. Turns out that old Elmira might have been sitting on a gold mine, honey. That water had a high concentration of a bicarbonate of iron, around 130 grains per gallon. And it turns out that that could potentially cure a bunch of diseases, honey. The news was out and it spread like wildfire, and people started coming in just to get a sip of that water. Coming in on horseback and filling up old 5-gallon jugs. People even coming in on the train just to get a sip of that mineral water. 1886, it had gotten so popular that they began the construction of the Conley Mineral Springs Hotel. 50 rooms in this hotel, honey, and it became a popular summer resort for people to come visit. Take a look at the Conley Springs government website and what they say about the springs. They was selling them springs. There is no better water to be found for many diseases than that of the Conley Mineral Springs. The effect of the water is strongly diuretic and tonic, producing a voracious appetite, stimulating digestion, and strengthening the nervous system. Just like that, the town started to boom. In 1920, the town of Conley Springs was incorporated. Well, time began to pass, and something hit that nobody saw coming, the Great Depression. Vacationers started to favor Asheville and other areas over Conley Springs. Automobiles booming in the U.S. led to people taking the main roads instead of the back roads, and it fell to the wayside. With the merchants and residents not wanting to pay property taxes, Conley Springs was gone. During World War II, the hotel was left vacant, and then it was dismantled. No longer to be in Conley Springs. It wasn't until the 1980s that reincorporation started for the Conley Springs area. On September the 5th of 1989, it was reincorporated. You can read more about it on the government website on conleysprings.gov. This is where most of my information about Conley Springs came from. So tell me, did you know about the mineral springs in Conley Springs? Do you have relatives that were original settlers here? Let me know in the comments.